Is an annual physical enough? Well, yes, if you're feeling amazing and you have an annual physical and everything looks great, then yes, I think that can sometimes be enough. But if you are feeling less than amazing, there's definitely more that can be done. Let me share a little bit about my own personal health journey. When I was in my early 40s, I started to feel a little off. Okay. I wouldn't say I felt terrible, but my energy was lower. My weight had gone up about 10 pounds, and most of that 10 pounds was in my midsection area. I was feeling irritable and even a little bit depressed, even though I had a really great life and didn't have any real reason to feel depressed. So I did what most people will do in that situation. After ignoring the situation for a little while, I made an appointment to have a physical done at my doctor's office. Now, I knew it was going to be done because I did these all the time myself, but I went in for my physical, and my doctor looked in my throat and my eyes and my ears, listened to my heart and my lungs, checked my reflexes, pressed on my belly, and ordered some lab work. Now, the next day, I got the news that everything was perfect and they'd see me back in a year. Initially, I was relieved. Thank goodness they didn't find anything terrible and awful like cancer. But then I was kind of disappointed because if everything's great, then nothing can be done. And there's no solution for the symptoms that I'm experiencing. If you press a little further, you might be offered something like I was, like an antidepressant, but I didn't want to do that. I wanted to figure out why I wasn't feeling well. So I had a normal physical, but then I started evaluating myself through a functional medicine lens. As I was learning functional medicine, I was introduced to tests that I was unaware of as a family doctor. But I started learning about these tests and testing myself. And after normal physical, let me just tell you what I all found was wrong with me. First of all, I tested my adrenals, and I was in adrenal fatigue. I had low cortisol, low DHEA, and this was affecting my energy level. Now, also, my thyroid was suboptimal. I had had a normal TSH as part of my physical, but when I looked at what type of hormones my thyroid was actually producing, it was producing a lot of the stress survival hormone, reverse T3, and very little of the active hormone, free T3. So I had adrenal fatigue. I had suboptimal thyroid function. When I tested my gut, I found some inflammatory bacteria in my gut, along with a parasitic infection. When I tested my mitochondria, I found not only were my mitochondria not functioning properly, but I had a low overall number of mitochondria. And your mitochondria is where you take the food that you eat, the fats, protein, and carbs, and convert it into energy. And so that needs to be working really well to feel your absolute best. In mind, we're not. And when I tested my hormones, not only were my cortisol and DHEA off for my adrenals and my thyroid, but also my testosterone was low and my progesterone was low. Fixing all of these things made a huge difference in how I feel. And that's what we do with patients. Yes, maybe the physical is normal, but is there a place where you can feel better now and protect yourself from future disease? And the answer is yes. By identifying these root causes and fixing them, both of those things happen. You notice a difference in how you feel. It didn't take but more than a month before I noticed my energy was improved, my mood was improved, and I started to feel like my old self again. So you definitely notice a symptom improvement, but I also am facing my older years with much more confidence that I'm on a good track instead of a bad track for the prevention of future chronic diseases. An annual physical is only enough if you're feeling your absolute best.